Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Nurse's Corner, and I'm just gonna do a quick video kind of specifically towards my new grad nurses. It's May as I'm posting this, and so there's a lot of new graduate nurses out there. This is just a quick video about 7 things that I wish I had known before I became a nurse. Number 1, and you'll realize this very quickly, as a nurse, you wear more hats than you think. You are not just a nurse. You are you are law enforcement, baby. Code gray is not code gray for no reason. You're a teacher. You have to educate patients on specific disease processes, medications, things like that. You are a counselor. You are dietary liaison when they just can't seem to get it right. EVS when things spill. You answer the phones. Your administration. You're all kinds of things. You're not just a nurse. So you'll realize that pretty quickly. You have your hands full and your head is full of plenty of hats. The second thing that I wish that I would have known before I became a nurse is that not only would I need to, but I would actually desire to learn more about the field that I'm in. I know we look cute with them books stacked up on our little graduation photos. Girl, get your foot off of that stack of books because you're gonna need those because you are going to need them even after you graduate and become a nurse. You're going to continuously be studying and forever be learning. Oh my gosh, after you graduate, I feel like that's when you learn the most. I'm not taking shots at school or the education system or anything, but you know, like when you're in the field, hands-on, you're going to learn the most then. So it would be good to be able to go back and reference the things, the book knowledge that you did learn. So that's something that I wish I would have been prepared for. Baby, I would have kept more of my books from school. And honestly, I would have been more involved in like more educational resources that not only my hospital offers, but even organizations specific to your field. So for me in critical care, that's the AACN. And they send me newsletters and webinars and things like that. So I would recommend something like that. Subscribe to medicine journals and newsletters. Find an organization to join, try and get to expos where they offer resources, like things like that. You need to seek out resources and educational tools for whatever field you're in. And that's something that I wish I would have known and wish I would have practiced sooner. Another thing that I wish I would have known before becoming a nurse, and I'm trying to get through some of like the negative ones so I can end on a positive note. But one thing that I wish I would have known before becoming a nurse is that PTSD is a real possibility, and I can do a whole separate video on this alone. But the things that nurses are exposed to, the things that we see and the challenges that we face, oh my goodness, like it's such a real possibility. And I know PTSD is usually assigned to people in the military and things of that nature, veterans. And the reason that is, like most of the time, is because they witness a lot of traumatic events. They witness a lot of death. And when you really sit down and think about it, nurses are exposed to the same type of things. And I know myself in critical care, I didn't realize before I became a nurse that death was gonna be so prominent. And you know that that's what happens. You kind of prepare in your mind, but then when you see your first like dead body and like actively dying patient and just a lot of traumatic and emotional events, like that makes PTSD a real possibility in your life and in your career. And not only just the idea of death, but actual traumatic events. Like for me personally, I was attacked at work by a patient who was outside of his mind a little bit, but it's like, you know, you're exposed to these things in your work environment, and that leads to the real possibility of PTSD. So I would just recommend finding a good support system. If you're not seeing a counselor or a therapist for life, I mean, come on, then, you know, kind of find a nursing mentor who you can kind of confide in, or, you know, seek counseling if things like that happen to you, or you find in the beginning of your career or during your career that you're being exposed to more and more traumatic events and you're not able to cope well. Like, seek that help for sure, because that was something that I didn't realize I was going to face, or, you know, that was really going to affect me as I became a nurse. Another thing the fourth thing that I wish I would have known before becoming a nurse was that nurses do in fact eat very young. And you're like, okay, you know, when you do your clinicals in the hospital, you know, they're gonna look at you with that stank eye or whatever. They're not gonna take you seriously. Even when you graduate and you wear that badge that says RN, they still don't respect you. Be aware of that. That is something that you're going to have to navigate. You're gonna have to cope. You're going to have to stand up to. Honestly, I think as a new nurse, it's important to walk humbly and understand that you do have a lot to learn, but also walk confidently amongst your peers, amongst your fellow coworkers. You guys are all wearing that same badge, and yes, you're walking humbly and realizing, you know, I have a lot to learn, but you're also walking confidently and saying, you know, I'm prepared to stand up for myself, I'm prepared to communicate what I need, and I'm prepared to tell you about yourself. So that's something that you need to be aware of, that you will have to deal with that. But I believe it can be handled respectfully. I believe that it can be handled effectively, and you know, you can continue to learn, grow, and thrive in your work environment, even as a new nurse. I'm actually gonna stop the video right here because I don't want it to be too long, but I'm gonna continue in another part. So make sure you check out that second part just so you can get the complete video. Thank you guys for getting to the end of this video. If you're still here, thanks for watching. Thank you for rocking with Nurse Rocky. I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell if you want to continue to see more of me when I post my new videos. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.